Hi everyone, this is Tom Grisak. I'm here with Alice Robison, one of our fantastic agents, and I want you to get to know Alice a little bit better as I have. She's a great asset to our team. And when did you join us, Alice?
At the end of May this year, May 2021.
Okay, and she's just absolutely doing great. She's already sold a couple of properties and has 2 new listings, and our clients love her. She's very conscientious about what she does, very motivated, enthusiastic. She's the kind of agent you really do want. So I'm going to just ask her some questions to let you know what her history is and a little bit about her family. So this will be more personal, not much into business. So Alice.
Yes.
First of all, tell me, you're married. How many kids do you have?
Yes, I'm married to Sean, and we are coming up, not Sean Elliott on the team, Sean Robison. We are coming up on our 15th anniversary next month. Okay. And we have 2 kids, 2 boys. Mason is 10 years old, and Harrison turns 8 next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're a Lovejoy mom.
Yes. Yeah. So we live at Oakwood Estates in Fairview, and one of my kids goes to Puster Elementary in 2nd grade, and the other one is in 5th grade at Sloan Creek.
Okay. How did you find Lovejoy? Where did you move here from?
So we were in Northwest Dallas, kind of Midway Hills area, and it was time to enroll our kids in school, and we just couldn't find a fit in Dallas. The public school that we were zoned for just really didn't get the best reviews, and the private schools they just weren't blowing us away for what you pay to go there. So we started doing our research on school districts, and not only is it a fantastic school district up here that we found, but it's also the community and the topography, and it just doesn't feel like the suburbs up here. It's, the homes aren't all cookie cutter. Right. There's a lot of uniqueness, and we particularly fell in love with the neighborhood that we're in, and we feel really fortunate to be here.
Alice lives in Oakwood Estates, which is, as she said, in Lovejoy ISD, and that was the 2nd heavily wooded development in Fairview. The original River Oaks was the first one within Lovejoy, and it did so well. A developer came in, and I remember walking those lots in Oakwood Estates when the streets weren't even in. So when they developed it out, it became a very highly sought after subdivision, and it's matured beautifully. We sold quite a few homes in there, and I know that you must enjoy living there, and your lots of kids. Mm-hmm. So my wife had actually talked with Alice. How long ago was that you first?
That was probably 3 years ago. So
okay.
Or maybe even 4, because it was when my youngest was still heavily into preschool. It was going to be a while before he started school.
Okay. And Alice had mentioned to Rhonda that someday, when the kids are a little bit older and they're in school, she might be interested in getting into real estate. So I can't remember how we connected. Mm-hmm. If I had contacted you or you contacted me, do you remember that?
I reached out to you. I didn't let you know that I was working on my license. I just waited until I had passed the exam.
Right.
And
first time, by the way.
First time. And I reached out to you, and then there wasn't really space on the team.
Right.
But you were.
Yeah, let me talk about that, because I can.
I felt really fortunate. You still invited me to lunch with Aaron Hickman, and I was glad to just be able to get the opportunity to get in front of you guys.
Well, when we were talking with Alice, we really didn't have an opening. We're very selective about the agent we take. We like a very small team, but they're very well-educated team, and we have a very cohesive group. So we really weren't in the, we always keep our eyes open for agents, but we had decided, well, we're not going to bring anyone on for at least 7 or 8 months or until the next year. But after I met with Alice, I told Aaron, I said, Alice is going to be fantastic. And I told Alice this too. And I said, we are going to make room for her, and she's going to be a great agent, and she really is. I've had the opportunity to watch her now, how diligent she is with her clients, how caring, compassionate she is. She's really got that kind of nurturing feeling, but she's also a very good negotiator, and she's learned, she's come just a tremendous way in a short amount of time. So she's really exceeded my expectations, even though I knew she was going to be great. So we're just thrilled to have her. Now, tell me about how did you meet your husband?
So my husband and I, he's 4 years older than me, and I was a senior in college, and he had just moved here from California and was playing on an adult co-ed soccer team, and they needed a female player to make it a match, and we met playing adult co-ed soccer my senior year of college.
And where'd you go to college?
I graduated from University of North Texas.
Okay, UNT.
Yes.
And how about your husband?
He went to Loyola Marymount University out in Los Angeles.
Okay, and how did he end up here from there?
He would work, and he had offers in other places as well, and I don't know what drew him to Dallas. He must, me somehow. But I'm thankful that he chose Dallas, and he's been here since 2000 something, early 2000s.
Yeah. Now, tell me about Lovejoy. What do your kids think? You know, Lovejoy is going through a transition right now. How do your kids like it?
They love it. They really love it. When you drive through the neighborhoods, one thing that we didn't see in Dallas that we do see here, every single house has the same sign in the yard. You really feel that sense of community. Everybody's a leopard. Everybody's red and black. Right. Whereas in Dallas, there were a lot of different private school signs, and kids are scattered all over, and your kids' friends might be on the other side of town. And my kids absolutely love it. Right. They have amazing teachers, amazing staff. They're involved in a bunch of activities. I am as well. I'm on the PTO for both schools. And my kids have completely different personalities and completely different learning styles. And the district, they just get them. They advocate for every kid, and they find the strengths in every kid and work with them and bring out their best talents. And we've been so impressed.
By the way, we have done a couple of interviews. Well, we've done one. We're getting ready to do another interview. The one that we just completed was the NSYNC Exotic.
Yes.
And I'll have a link to that at the end of this. We went out and spoke with the not the owner, but I guess the head of marketing for them. Really interesting group. So take a look at that too, and you can see a little bit about that NSYNC, which we're big believers of.
Yeah.
And we've got another one coming up. Where's the other interview going to be?
That's going to be at the Styx Ice House in McKinney, and it's a Lovejoy Mom. I'm excited to see it.
Where is it?
It's in McKinney, close to the McKinney Town Square. Okay. And if I'm correct, we'll learn more when we go. But it's got like an outdoor kind of family picnic table, cornhole type, beer atmosphere outside.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about, why did you think you would enjoy real estate? What about it did you like?
Well, it's always been something that has intrigued me. I was in marketing before, and I know that that's a huge part of real estate.
It really is.
And I was a stay-at-home mom for the first 10 years after my firstborn was born, and I wanted to be able to get back in the working world and still be flexible enough to be there for them, because real estate has odd hours. So I can be there for them in the afternoons, and then when they go to bed, I can finish what I was working on get up early. And I wanted to be local, which is why I reached out to you, because not only does the brand of the Grisak Group, I recognized it the first week that I lived here, and that's why I started at the top and asked you guys about joining your team. And it focuses in our area as well, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be going all around town. I want to be an expert in one small area.
So anything about it? Tell me what surprised you, what didn't surprise you, what you feel, well, it's kind of what I expected, when I joined. And is there anything that has kind of, you thought, well, I didn't realize this happened? Mm-hmm. Is anything like that taking you a little bit back?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. I've never been bored, and I've never regretted my decision. I like being on my toes, and every day looks different. But at the same time, you have to plan. You have to know exactly when you're going to lead generate and when you're going to work on things outside of just what's on your calendar. You've got to make the most of your free time. So it's not just looking at houses and getting
Right.
design tips and showing houses
Right.
and all the funds.
Right.
It's a lot of work, and it's a
Yeah.
lot of negotiating, and it's a lot of fine print in the contracts. It's a lot of different personalities that you manage, but I like that. I like
Right.
people. I like being challenged, and so while it's harder than I thought it would be, it's not less enjoyable than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Do you find yourself leaning more towards working the buyer side or the listing side, or is it just too early to tell?
It's too early to tell. I do have more listings than buyers currently, but I want it for the first year. My goal is to keep that 50-50, just to really learn
Right.
both
I think
sides.
that's smart.
So yeah, I like representing both sides and seeing it from all angles.
Right. So you went to a UNT. What was your
Mhm.
degree in?
Yeah, well, I started at Louisiana State University and I transferred to UNT. And my major was in communications and my minor was in marketing.
How did you end up from?
LSU
Yeah.
to UNT.
Yeah.
I loved LSU. I really did. I went there for my freshman year, and it was that summer between my freshman and sophomore year. I stayed with my sister, and I wrecked my mom's car. I was fine. The car was not, and my mom.
So you were having too good a time down there.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
And my
I
mom was
understand.
angry
I
about
get
it,
it.
and she
I
says,
get
"We're
it.
not going to pay out-of-state tuition if this is the behavior you're going to have." And so I thought, well, I have to go to school, and I transferred.
Yeah.
And then later, she said, "Well, I wasn't serious," and I said, "Well, I've already filed the work."
Thanks for telling me,
I've
Mom.
transferred.
But that's a
So,
great school too, UNT.
Yeah, it's a fantastic school, and I had
Yeah.
a really wonderful experience at LSU. I had a really good time. I pledged a sorority, and I was able to transfer that and stay in the same sorority at UNT.
What sorority is that?
Pi Beta Phi.
Okay. Pi Phi.
High five. Yeah. Yes. So that was where my degree was, and then I went into marketing. I worked for eSports, which is an online retailer for like football teams,
Mhm.
professional football teams. And then I went over to Fox Sports and Fox News and worked marketing and promotions for them. And then I worked for an accounting firm in
Okay.
marketing as well. So I've kind of seen marketing on a
Right.
lot of different
Well,
sides.
a big, as you know, a big part of our business is marketing. In fact, we're as much a marketing company as anything that we do. Of course, we negotiate. We do everything that comes with being a realtor, but marketing, especially on the listing side, is just so important. And we take a lot of pride in what we do. And Alice is learning how to do it right. We really
Mhm.
feel like we do it right. So as she's got 2 listings right now. We haven't even announced either one of them yet, but I bet they will both sell by the end of December. Very nice homes, in the under 600,000, which is hard to find in Lovejoy. Horse properties, and I think they're going to be very, very sought after when they come out. Okay, is there anything about the business that you feel like, okay, I'm going to need some more training in this, or
Oh
you
my
feel
gosh.
like you're learning something every day?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. The second you get comfortable, something comes up. There is always something to learn.
Yeah.
I go to every single training that's offered that fits my schedule. I read every book that could
So
help
important,
me.
so valuable.
And then we have the agents on our team have a group text, and I mean it is a daily. We're all asking each other questions, but there's always someone willing to help
Right.
answer anything that I don't know yet, or a situation that sometimes nobody's even ever been in. There's
Yeah.
always, I've heard from some of our more experienced agents, you learn something on every single transaction. You can
You
never
do.
say that you know everything in real estate, and I am constantly learning, but I'm learning from the best, and I'm not just saying that to flatter you or the team. I really am. I am learning from the best, from the industry experts in our area, and I feel really
Yeah, we've
fortunate
got
to be
a
on
fabulous team.
this team. Mhm.
One of the things, you can either take these lessons and learn them one at a time yourself, which took me years because I had to learn a lot of these lessons myself, or you can join a good team and they can guide you through these things so you don't fall into some of these landmines, because there are a lot of traps that you've got to be careful to avoid. So anyway, we are absolutely thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
As I said, I knew you'd be a winner from the very start, and you've exceeded expectations, and I think that you've got nothing but clear skies, and the sky's the limit for you.
Thank you.
So keep Alice in mind, especially if you have something in Fairview, Lucas, Lovejoy in the same general area. We don't really, although we will take listings outside of the area. We have agents that specialize in Allen and McKinney and Prosper. I think Alice has probably decided that staying, like I did, staying with that focus and within an area and knowing it inside and out is, in the long run, a good way to develop loyalty with clients and have them trust you know what you're doing. So,
yeah,
so
thank
anyway,
you.
welcome to the team.
Well, thank you.
We're gonna
And I'm flattered to be a part of the team.
We'll do another one of these in about a year.
Okay.
And
we'll
then
see
we're
where
going to look
things
back
go.
to this and we're going to say, okay, how far did she come? So,
Great. Thank you.